Hey friends, Kevin Gehring, real estate broker and lender, here with another weekly real estate report for you. Hey, I have a little bit of good news, a little bit of bad news to go along with it, but let's go right to the chart and let's take a look at what's happening right now. Let me share that with you real quick. There we go. All right, so if we take a look at the weekly statistics, let me zoom in here for you. And remember, the blue line, the line that we want to look at right now, is our pending home sales. And again, each one of these represents about a year. This is 1 year from here to here, another year. But as we've been talking about, we have seen a peak and a decline in only a few short months. Well, the good news is for the second week in a row, we have seen a small uptick in pending sales. The bad news is this yellow line right here is the median home price in the greater Sacramento San Joaquin Valley area has declined for several weeks in a row. The green line, which represents our available homes on the market, I'm sorry, it's behind the red one right there a little bit, but it has really flattened out for the last few weeks for the most part. Going back to 2 weeks ago, we had 4,334 homes on the market, then 4,402, and now 4,397. So it's basically a flat line. So it's not climbing, not really decreasing. Our sales, of course, the red line looks pretty dismal, but remember, as I always say, it takes a while for this week's statistics to actually make it into what is an adjusted true number. So what we're looking at for the last 2 weeks is really stabilization and then a climb. And we'll see where this one ends up later on next week when all the data has been reported for home sales. So, all right, getting over to the lending side of things, rates are good. Freddie Mac has reported a record low again. This week they reported average rates at 3.23% with only 0.7 of a point. I've started looking at some of keeping statistics on some rates for myself, for my clients, I should say, and we're holding right about 3.023 today. That's an APR of 3.156. So rates are down. But here is what all this is going to mean to you. If you are somebody who has been thinking about refinancing, especially if you're thinking about refinancing to take some cash out, there's some big news that came out today. I'm hearing that both Wells Fargo and Chase have put a stop to all cash out refinances. And my take on this is that in the last housing bust that we had, banks lost a lot of money. People were doing a cash out refinancing, taking as much cash as they could. And then with that cash out, many people were unable to make their payments. The bank was taking back the house after they had already lent out a whole bunch of cash that went for debt consolidation, boats, cars, that kind of thing. So the banks are losing big. So they're hedging their bet. They're putting a stop to cash out refinances. In other news, even if you're not thinking about doing a cash out refinance, but you're thinking about doing just a simple refinance to get your mortgage lower, to get a better interest rate, you're waiting, you're watching, I think the time for watching has come to an end. And I'll tell you why. Because part of the rate, even though rates are right now historically low, yes, they could go a little bit lower. Chances are they can go higher, just statistically speaking. But even though rates are fantastically low right now, the rate you get is going to be based upon your loan to value. And I believe that the value of homes is going to become less and less. So the value is going to drop, which means for some people, you're actually going to become upside down, which means you cannot refinance. For others, you may not be upside down, but you'll have not enough equity left that you can do a refinance at the really good rates, or you might even need mortgage insurance to get that rate. So my advice, if you're thinking about refinancing, now is the time to jump in there before it's too late. Hey, this is Kevin Gehring with your real estate report. You can find me at my website at kevingohome.com. Take care.